And hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Announcers Booth podcast presented by Rapid Graphics. A little bit of a different show going on today as we're talking charity and an event that is near and dear to my heart coming up here in June. We got the Racers For Autism bunch here talking about the past event last year and what to expect this year at the Racers For Autism event at the new Raceway Park in Jefferson, South Dakota, as well as the Fort Orange Salvage question of the day, an episode you are not going to want to miss out. All this and more coming up next on the Announcers Booth podcast. Well, it is Wednesday morning once again here, race fans, and we are back with another episode of the Announcers Booth podcast presented by Rapid Graphics, and a little bit of a different show today. Normally, we talk about, recap of the weekend in racing or a certain topic, and then we have the Fort Orange Salvage question of the day, and then we interview one guest, maybe two, and then we go into upcoming events. Well, we're doing something we've never done before, and I'm not quite sure how well this is going to go, but you know what? First time for everything. We're going to get this right out of the way. We got the Racers For Autism bunch on the phone. There's too many of us to count, per se, and everyone's co-hosting the show today, so guys, girls, welcome to the show. Cannot wait to talk about what we got coming up on June 20th at the new Raceway Park. And how is everyone here on this Wednesday?
Great.
Doing good. Very good.
So we got about 5 or 6 people on here, including myself here. So I'll go ahead and introduce everyone. We have the lovely Bree Cunningham, one of the fearless leaders of the group here, and she does a lot of the behind-the-scenes work, so she is on the line with us today. Also here is the angry watermelon driver of the 13B hobby stock out of Homer, Nebraska. David Bates is here. We have RJ Merchant. We like to call him Rowdy. He'll deny it, but we like to call him Rowdy. RJ Merchant from Sioux City, who runs Sign Masters. He's been on a prior episode as well. Greg Hammond drive the 29J Sport Mod, coming off a win just a couple weeks ago. He's been on the show already too. He is here. Tim Pritchett Jr., driver of the 16T Hobby Stock, is here. He's been on the show as well. Everyone, I think, has been on the show except for Bree and David, I think. Isn't that right, guys?
Yeah.
Boy, so first time for everything. David, behave. That's all I'm going to say.
I'll try my best.
That's a lot to ask.
So we are all here today to talk about something that is very near and dear to our hearts, and autism awareness is the topic of the discussion today. This group started out just with a crazy idea and a few friends a little over a year ago, and it has just blown up substantially from here. And let's get talking about just how this all started. And Bree, this will be the first question to you. What was this crazy idea, and how did this group just get started to where it is today?
Well, I guess, it started with Logan. Lenny and I had found you a little over 2 years ago, and we found a love for the sport, and Logan was diagnosed shortly before finding you with autism. And then after that first year, after you said that race car is safer than a motorcycle.
Yes, I did say that.
You did say that. After that, we kind of just got a race car, and, that season went really well for Lenny, and you and I had talked about how we could make this into something more, and it kind of just blew up from there. We found what we call our OG drivers, and last year was just phenomenal. It was more than I think any of us imagined it to be, and we added quite a few great people to the group this year, and they have done so much for us. This event is going to be hopefully so much more than it was last year. I don't know how to beat it, but that's what our aim is.
And that's definitely the goal, each and every year is when you do an event, you want to do good your first year and then bigger and better after that. And just getting into some of the representatives here as well, guys. Tim, you and we've known each other for a few years already. When I first started doing the autism awareness stuff in the hobby stock division, just want to share with the crowd how you and I met and how you became to be part of this group.
I met you at Off-Road Speedway. I was an official up there, and I got attracted to your car because I seen you on the internet with the autism stuff. And, autism is near to my heart because my oldest son's diagnosed with Asperger's. And from then on, we just kind of did a friendship. We've been, friends ever since. So.
And then telling me that you were getting back in a car, and it's like, you know what? I immediately called Bree and said, hey, we got to have this guy part of the team as well. And driving sport mod at the time, and now going back to hobby stock. So been kind of floating around between the classes, but been a great representative nonetheless since day one of being brought into this group.
Yeah, it's been fun.
So we've got two modified drivers in here as well as another hobby stock driver. We'll stick with hobby stocks for right now. David, if there's anyone more crazier in this group, I'd like to know who it is, because you just seem to be the crazy redneck type. I think that'd be a good definition for you. How was it that you became to be part of this group and just a representative for the Racers for Autism?
Well, actually, it was after your big accident, you decided you didn't want to race anymore. So you got a hold of me and asked if I would fill your shoes. And I guess I don't know if I've ever filled your shoes, but I've definitely tried my best. And
well,
autism is something that's near and dear to me, too, with friends and family that have had it. And it's just a great thing to race for.
Well, I will say you have filled my shoes and then some. You've got more wins than I do. So we'll just leave that as it is. And David, not really raised on the track yet this year, going through some stuff and getting the house finalized. So how is the house coming, by the way?
Yeah, so the house is supposed to be done in June, finally, thank goodness, right? Pretty excited. We're hoping we can get the car put back together. We just got to focus on the house right now, and if not, we'll definitely be out there next year. It's not if, it's when. So.
Exactly. And David's another great representative. We have great representatives in all classes here. Moving on to like our modified division, the sport mod division. Greg Hammond, like I said at the top of the show, coming off a feature win here just a couple weeks ago on the 29J. So excited to have one of our representatives put it in victory lane. How was it that you got to be part of this group, and what's just been the connection and as well as the hospitality of this group, and especially moving forward here with this big event we got coming up?
Oh, I think it was towards the end of the year last year. You came up to me when Tim decided to move down to hobby stock. You said you'd like to still have a sport mod representative and asked me if I'd come on board. I jumped at the opportunity. I got a little cousin that's got Asperger's too, and I thought it was a great thing to do to help out in any way I can. And as far as this group goes, it's pretty much like a big family. We all get along fairly well, and we cheer for each other out on the track, and we'll help each other any way we can at any time.
It definitely is. And I mean, even though there's different classes of cars within this group, though, like you just nailed it right there, Greg. Everyone helps each other out, whether it's on the track, but even off the track during the week too. If anyone needs help, hey, we're right there. And like you said, one big family. And finishing off here with RJ, our modified representative, the 77M car. Huge win last year for you on the track's 50th anniversary, and just have been carrying momentum ever since. Being a part of this group, what does that mean to you being the representative in the modified division, RJ?
Yeah, when I was contacted about it, I also jumped at the opportunity because I think it's a great cause. I really hope we raise awareness and can help out the families that need it. I don't personally know anyone besides your guys' families and stuff that have it. I don't know anybody else, but at that point, I just want to help. I love seeing kids smile and stuff like that, and I'll do anything I can to help them put a smile on their face. And if this helps, then I'm all for it.
And I've said this time and time again, and I'd like to get your guys' opinion on it. When the racing family comes together, it is such a beautiful thing. when family is in need. All of us have experienced that firsthand, I believe. And just to give back to the community and be aware and raising awareness for autism, there's no really other feeling like that in the world, I think.
No, I agree with you.
Agreed.
Yeah, I agree.
So last year we held an event at the new Raceway Park in Jefferson, South Dakota on August 16th, and something we never expected happened. I mean, it was a great turnout, a lot of cars, a lot of fans, and just a lot of awareness raised and money raised as well for the Northwest Iowa Autism Network out of Spencer, Iowa. And we had silent auction, we had helmet pass, candy toss, and bike giveaways, everything. Bree, I'll direct this question towards you. Last year, was it what you were expecting the goal to be, not only money-wise, but just the overall night? And did it surpass that goal? And what is it going to be like looking forward to this year at June 20th?
It definitely was more than we expected last year. In no way, shape, or form did I expect for everybody who reached out for silent auction items to donate what they did. And then we raised over $5,000 last year. I think going into that night, I had just the hope that we'd raise even just $1,000, and we well surpassed that. Okay, there's my mom brain. What else did you say?
Just what is the goal then for this year, for this event coming up on June 20th? The networks have changed, donating to the Peer Center for Autism in Sioux City, Iowa. So is the goal the same? I mean, the goal is definitely the same, to raise as much as awareness and money to donate as we can. But is there just a different goal in mind for this year compared to last year?
Yeah, with this year's who we're donating to this year, it's more than just helping families. The Peer Center for Autism of Siouxland is building a whole new facility, multi-million-dollar facility that we don't have around here. The closest places we have to help families with autism, we have to go out of state. So for a facility to be built right here in Siouxland is huge. So of course our goal is a little bit bigger this year, with the hope of raising $6,500 to give to the Peer Center to help build that facility in order to help all the families here locally that need the support and the help that we just can't get here right now. I know firsthand with Logan, all our testing, we had to go to Omaha. And I know several families that go to Omaha, Sioux Falls, Iowa City. I mean, we have to travel at great lengths to get the help that we need for our children. So this year, we're hoping for bigger and better. We have quite a few new drivers, RJ, Greg, Richard, all these new drivers plus our OG drivers that are just out there spreading awareness one lap at a time. Autism it's almost like a tainted word that people just don't know about, that think poorly about the word autism and that they're different. Well, that's not the case. Autism does not change you. It doesn't make you less of a person or more of a person. You are still a person and you are still equal in every way to anybody else. And so that's what we want to teach the world. That, yeah, maybe they color outside the lines different and they think different, but they are just as much a person as me and you. And so that ultimately is just our goal this year, is to spread more awareness, make that word more known, and, get that facility built here in Siouxland.
And just a great thing to be part of something local and bring it to your local friends and family, like you said, Bree, who have to travel out of state right now, but to have something local would definitely benefit these families better. We're going to take a quick break, but just on the other side of that break, we're going to hear from the guys here for Racers for Autism, how they became a part of the group and what they do to raise awareness for autism here, as looking forward to what's going to happen on the event June 20th, 2021 at the new Raceway Park. But first, a word from 4 Orange Salvage and the 4 Orange Salvage question of the day.
Evicted tenants leave a mess behind? Have an old appliance that you're tired of staring at? Yard waste, branches, carpet, old furniture, other discarded items you just want gone? Well, 4 Orange Salvage can take it all away. Call Jamie at 605-376-8532 for a quote today, or you can find him on Facebook by searching 4 Orange Salvage-Junk Haulers. Contractless payment through Venmo or PayPal is also available. Quick, easy, and affordable junk hauling. 4 Orange Salvage. We pick things up and we take them away. Serving Sioux Falls, South Dakota and surrounding areas.
And back here with the Announcer's Booth podcast presented by Rapid Graphics. And it's time for the 4 Orange Salvage question of the day. And we're going to talk to we're going to put the Racers for Autism chat on mute here just for this portion, as they do have a few answers that we'll be reading out here. But the 4 Orange Salvage question of the day, another great question from Courtney. If you don't know who Courtney is, Courtney Plow, a very good friend of mine, one of my best friends. She is the behind the scenes work for the podcast here. She does the scheduling. She comes up with questions of the day. She does, like I said, a lot of behind the scenes work. So another great question from Courtney today. And the question was, if you heard it on last week's episode, as well as Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, which legendary driver, past or present, would you just love to hop in a car with and take some laps around the track? A lot of great answers coming in here. We're going to start with Facebook first. And Jamie Hertling, the man behind 4 Orange Salvage, says there are many, but the top spot would have to go to my grandpa, Dwayne Lucht. I hope I'm saying that right, Jamie. Correct me if I'm wrong. Dearest mother, Nate DeSivey. All I need is Young Money, Kyle Larson, and a cushion. Absolutely. I'll have to agree with you on that. That would be one of mine. Jerry Jackson says my dad and grandpa, Larry Toombs. Jeff Blom says Jeff Gordon or my great uncle Rich Steffen. Moving over to Instagram now. Anthony Joseph says if you know anything about Siouxland racing in the 80s, it would either be Denny Gilliam or Val Boulware. I've heard stories of those guys racing, so I would definitely have to agree just from the stories I have heard. Moving on to TikTok now, Yee says Dale Earnhardt Sr. Evan Herod says Young Money, Kyle Larson, or Dale Sr. Speedy5498 also says Dale Earnhardt Sr. T. Christensen, probably not real well known, but Knoxville Hall of Famer T.J. Giddings. Yes. I know who that is. Hunter Gaines says Jackie Boggs for sure. Colin says the King, Richard Petty. A lot of great answers here. Corey Pope says Dale Earnhardt Sr. and Turbo of a few years ago. It would be a wild ride. That it would. Austin Brands, he's been on the show already, driving the number 17 stock car, says the wild child, Jack Hodenshield. And you know what? Jack is he's in his final season of racing with the World of Outlaw and Austin Energy Drink Sprint cars. And he can steel wheel that 22 machine. Don't get him wrong. And his son, Sheldon Hodenshield, in that 17 car, a top contender wherever the Outlaws go. Bobby Brandon says the man, the myth, the legend, Dale Earnhardt Sr. Rich Adams, also Dale Earnhardt Sr. Brian Reed, Barefoot Bob McCready. PJ Pedersen, who's been on the show as well, says Dale Earnhardt Sr., no question. Anthony says Dave Mulder. And Dave, a friend to many, passed away just a few years ago here in the local dirt track scene and impacted so many lives when he was out on the track. Anthony's answer is Dave Mulder. God rest his soul. And Dirt Track Racer says Scott Binns. So that is going to do it for the Fort Orange Salvage question of the day for this week. Next week's question: if you could give one piece of advice to someone who is just starting in racing, what would it be? I'll say that one more time. What piece of advice could you give to someone who is just starting in racing? That's going to be next week's Fort Orange Salvage question of the day. And cannot thank Jamie enough for everything he does in the racing community, sponsoring cars, helping out at racetracks. And yes, give him a call if you need something picking up and taking away, serving the Sioux Falls, South Dakota area, and bringing us the Fort Orange Salvage question of the day. We are going to be right back, and we are going to hear from Rapid Graphics, our title advertiser, as well as the Sodak iRacing series, and then we're going to get right back to talking with the gang from Racers for Autism, and they're going to tell us more about the event coming up on June 20th and how everyone is helping out with this event. So, stay tuned.
Rapid Graphics, located in Rock Rapids, Iowa, on the corner of Highway 9 and 75, specialize in graphics and signage of all types. They specialize in indoor and outdoor signage, banners, commercial vehicles, custom logos, race car graphics, and much, much more. Rapid Graphics have the tools to get your job done, and you can find them easily on Facebook at Rapid Graphics 12. For more information, contact Rapid Graphics for all of your custom graphic and signage needs today.
The Sodak iRacing League is the premier iRacing league for drivers, crew members, fans, and sponsors in the tri-state area around South Dakota, Iowa, and Minnesota. From street stocks to super late models, modifieds to sprint cars, the Sodak iRacing League does them all. You can follow all of their seasons live and free on Advantage Racing TV. For more information, look for Sodak iRacing on Facebook or join the league by searching for Sodak under the Leagues tab on your iRacing account.
Back here with the Announcers Booth podcast presented by Rapid Graphics. And yes, give Blake a call at Rapid Graphics if you need anything from canvas prints to decal stickers, race car wraps, anything. Blake can get it done right there at Rapid Graphics. So give him a call. Also, the Sodak iRacing series, a great iRacing series from, well, like they say, Sodak, from the South Dakota, Minnesota, Iowa, Nebraska area. Check them out on Facebook. Still waiting on a Season 3 update, but yes, those guys are fun. You can check out prior races on Advantage Racing TV's Facebook page. You might have to scroll for a little bit, but you can check out some prior races there as well. We're going to get back to talking with the gang here from Racers for Autism and find out all about what this group is about and what's coming up next on June 20th, 2021 for the Racers for Autism night at the new Raceway Park in Jefferson, South Dakota. So here is the rest of the interview with Racers for Autism. RJ, we call you Mr. Sign Masters. You're a graphics guy too. What's it like then just being like the Sign Masters guy here for this group? And especially coming up here for this event?
Well, yeah, I mean, I try to always do the best I can when it comes to my job. You know, we got to make, we're going to have a banner and stuff like that, I know for sure. And anything else that comes along, we'd like to make some decals and stuff to hand out and definitely have people show that their awareness and stuff like that. So we'll get them all stickered up and make everybody happy and go from there.
And we're gonna be really hitting the guys here on this part of the show. All of us guys, we love racing, whether it's driving a car, announcing races, or whatnot. How did you guys get to be involved in just this sport that we all know and love? And what does it mean to you just to be a part of something as well as with this group? And does it really change your mindset the night of an event like this to where you're thinking maybe differently, racing differently, or is it basically just another night of racing but for a good cause?
Yeah, so for me, racing was always kind of in my blood. My dad drag raced for years, so I was always out at the racetrack somewhere. And I started going to Park Jefferson with a buddy of mine and Raceway Park, and back when it was Interstate Speedway, and we'd go out and enjoy the races. And I said, you know what, someday I'm going to get in a car and do that. try it. And so I've been very fortunate, been able to do that, had some great sponsors around me, stuff like that. And, for this event deal, I think it's going to be a blast. I mean, we're going to go out there and hopefully turn some laps and turn some heads and maybe get some awareness going, and hopefully, everything will go well and we'll have a great night and a great evening.
Yeah, I'm kind of right there with RJ. I kind of grew up around it and fortunate enough to have a car now and to be a part of this group has been pretty fantastic so far. And I would say I'll probably race the same, but I think the night will feel different, and I think hopefully there'll be a good buzz around the whole night, and it'll be pretty exciting for everyone. And just maybe get something going, get people talking, and hopefully raise a bunch of money for this new peer center.
Yeah, I grew up in racing. My dad raced, and I started racing at 16, kind of in and out of it. And this night, I'll race the same, just with a little more spirit, raising awareness for autism, and just have fun, see the kids smile, and that's what it's all about.
And David, I know you haven't been able to hit the track this year. Like I said, you got a lot of stuff going on, including the house. For this event, are we going to see the 13B out there, or are we going to be seeing you maybe just a different side for that night, helping with like behind the scenes stuff?
Yeah, I mean, as much as I'd love to get my car ready and get it out there, it's just I don't think we're going to be able to get that done. But I'm definitely going to be out there and maybe do a little more behind the scenes and help the girls out with whatever they need help with, and just do as much as I can.
Don't tempt me with that.
David just marked his spot on yes, he will be put to work that night then. So we also know you guys travel to different tracks. RJ, Greg, I know you guys have been to Boone, as well as Park Jefferson, which is right across the road, and to some other tracks. Tim, I know you've traveled a few different tracks. David, I think you have. I'm not quite sure. This is your first time of being on the show and me talking to you. Does it hit a little differently that when you travel these different tracks, you're also being with a representative of this group, you're raising awareness at other tracks too?
Yeah, it definitely does. And being the Racer for Autism, I really want to try and do my best. And, if you're in the top 5, it definitely, people look at your car and you're like, wow, that's a good looking car, and people are seeing you up front. So I think it definitely helps.
Yeah, same kind of deal for me. Honestly, I try to do the best I can and give the best representation I can for the group. I know going out there and on the road and going to other tracks, like we went to Bristol earlier this year, and people came up to me and asked me what it was all about, and I tried to spread my wisdom at that point in time, and hopefully got some people thinking. And if we get more people like that involved, and maybe we can help turn things around and make things better.
Yeah, I mean, racing other tracks, try to do your best. Got the big decal on the car, try to show off. Well, it's fine decal now, but try to do the best we can and try to keep the cool head as much as we can. So.
Yeah, I think that's the toughest part for a lot of us. I say us, I don't even get in a car. Our guys is, it is bumping, it is revving. There are some hits you wonder if it's intentional, and racing can get pretty heated. And I have to say our guys have taken some hits this year, and they've all held it together pretty well. That's one of our biggest expectations of our drivers, that they, keep it clean on and off the track, not their racing. I mean, I expect you guys to be clean racers, but, keep your attitudes positive, treat the tracks with respect, the drivers with respect. And, this group has never made me question their dignity, or made me question if they can handle the pressure of having all these eyes on them.
And 3 other drivers we have to mention too. Dallas Williams, also hobby stock driver, representing the group. Phil McKee in the 12M hobby stock as well. And Gage Riesdorf, compact driver. And another compact driver would be your husband, Bree, Lenny. I know he hasn't been able to make it out this year, but also helping you with behind the scenes so far. So I have to mention those guys being part of the group, and they have done a great job of being a representative of this group and cannot say enough about them as well. So June 20th is this event at the new Raceway Park. All proceeds going to the Peer Center for Autism in Sioux City there, as we mentioned, helping to build this new facility to help and accommodate families locally. What can we expect going into this night? Some plans that are happening. I know silent auction has been one of them, candy toss, bikes. What can the fans look forward to on June 20th, 2021 at the new Raceway Park for the Racers for Autism night?
Some good racing. We hope to have a lot of drivers out. As always, that's our biggest thing. It's a good show to put on for, like you said, we have bike giveaways. We have 6 bikes going out that night. We have the candy toss, which is hundreds and hundreds of pounds of candy. I know popsicles, silent auction items, like RJ said, the decals. There's some keychains we're giving away with ticket numbers, hero cards. Guys, am I missing anything?
I think you pretty much hit them all.
Yeah, I think you did too.
Getting the kids up to see the cars. Hopefully that's still the plan, is to have the cars out front again this year, with our drivers before the race, so the kids can come look at the cars. Not necessarily get in them, just because of the wiring and, not wanting anybody to get hurt or the cars to get hurt that night, but they can get up close and personal, talk to our drivers. A lot of fun stuff gonna be happening. A lot of crazy stuff. I think we'll all be running our heads off that day. So
if any of them kids want to come out and hang out in the pits after the race too, you're more than welcome to come down and hang out with us, and you can sit in the car all you want and enjoy it.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
And another car that will be out there as well, hopefully, will be our stock car representative, the 43 car of Aaron Kane. Aaron has done a great job of representing the group in the stock car class. And Bree, we need to talk a little bit about something here too, is you have a lot of help also behind the scenes as well. Girls, if you are listening to this, I'm sorry, but your work cannot go unnoticed or uncredited. Talk about the help that you have received from the wives of some of these drivers as well.
Oh man, what would happen if I didn't have them and had to deal with all of you guys by myself?
Chaos.
Nothing would get done. So we have Larissa, we have Jessica, Heather, she's going to kill me if I say the wrong name, Missy, Nikki, Rebecca, Amy. Guys, am I forgetting? RJ has 3 wives. They've all kind of stepped up to the plate for RJ. Without them, they help financially bring in donations. They help find our sponsors and donations, our silent auction items. They help make shirts. They're helping keychains, bag candy. I think I talk to them more than I talk to my own husband most days. They're kind of my rocks behind the show, and not just them. These guys, I go through a lot with Logan. We all know and love Logan and his medical issues, and as well as mine. They hold us steady when we need them, and this may have been just Lenny and I and your idea, and it is my baby. The guys will vouch for that. I don't mess around.
No, not at all.
All business.
And it's become theirs, and I can't thank all of you guys enough for taking my vision and just making it so much more than I could have ever imagined. And you guys are changing lives. Every night you guys get into that car, you are changing someone's life. And I love each and every one of you. You guys are my family now. I couldn't do this without you guys. So thank you to you guys. Thank you to your wife, Gage. Thank you to your mom. I'm really excited to see where this takes us this year. And hopefully next year we can do this all again.
And it definitely is a night to remember, not only last year's, but this upcoming event as well. For more information, if you want to stay up to date on what everyone is doing, you can look up Racers for Autism on Facebook, facebook.com/RFA awareness. And yes, a big thank you to all the girls that work behind the scenes. You girls don't get enough credit, and it doesn't go unnoticed from us guys, but a lot of other people really don't know what goes on behind the scenes, and you girls do a fantastic job. And guys, I might not be able to be out on the track with you anymore like I used to be, but you guys absolutely kill it there on the track. And I'm trying to make you look good as I possibly can up there in the announce booth. But like Bree said, every time you guys climb into that car, you guys are changing people's lives and raising awareness one lap at a time. We cannot thank all of you guys and all of our drivers and the girls for Racers for Autism for what you guys do.
Thanks for letting me be a part of it.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm glad you guys all have stuck with us through it. I know it can get crazy at times. You guys are a wild bunch. David.
Man, you're picking on him.
I don't even raise.
Greg, I'll get to you later.
Oh, okay.
So as you can hear, we are a tight-knit family here at Racers for Autism, and be sure to check out the Facebook page to stay up to date on what's happening. Once again, the event is Sunday, June 20th at the new Raceway Park in Jefferson, South Dakota, right along Interstate 29 in between North Sioux City and Jefferson, South Dakota there as well. So come check us out. If you cannot make it, you can tune into racewaypark.tv or AdvantageRacing.tv and buy a subscription for that night to watch this wonderful event that we all hold near and dear to our hearts unfold. And guys, I cannot thank you enough for coming on the show, and very much looking forward to June 20th here in just a few weeks.
I agree.
You bet. Thanks, Scotty.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Thanks, Scott.
So we are going to take another quick break here, and we were going to look at upcoming events here happening this weekend. So be sure to stay tuned.
Advantage Racing TV is your source for local entertainment in the tri-state area. From compacts to late models and sprint cars, Advantage Racing TV has just what you need to cure your racing ailments. Check them out online at www.advantageracing.tv and take advantage of your racing addiction.
AOK Photography and Design is the place for all your photo needs. AOK does racing hero cards, blankets, canvas, racing sponsor photos, as well as other personalized items. Located out of Montevideo, Minnesota, they can get what you need at an affordable price. Check them out on Facebook for more information, and you'll find that their guaranteed service is AOK.
And welcome back to the Announcers Booth podcast presented by Rapid Graphics. And a big thank you to Advantage Racing TV for being one of the advertisers on the show, but also for everything they do in this great sport we call dirt track racing. They produce a quality product from all the racetracks that they have visited. Check them out online at AdvantageRacing.tv. And check out their subscription list there as well as what's going on this season from the tracks that they are at. Also, AOK Photography and Design, great place for pictures and design. Alex does a lot of there, him and his team does. And he was just at the new Raceway Park just this past week on Sunday night taking pictures with the repairablevehicle.com tri-state late models in the house. Awesome work out of Montevideo, Minnesota. So hit Alex up at AOK Photography and Design on Facebook if you need something done. And that brings us to upcoming events. What is coming up this weekend? Well, a lot, actually. Wagner has another weekly show presented by Fort Randall Casino on Friday night. Hot Laps at 7:15 with racing to follow. Also on Friday, Rapids Speedway in Rock Rapids, Iowa has a great show planned as well. Crawford County Speedway in Denison, Murray County up in Slayton, and Jackson Motorplex is also on the docket as well. Saturday, I-90 Speedway Paramount Racing Series is hitting the track once again with hobby stocks, modifieds, late model street stocks, and IMCA sprint cars. Great show that is happening there. Also Norfolk for Off-Road Speedway out there in Nebraska. Great racing there. They are running Saturday as well. Shelby County Speedway in Harlan, Iowa is also running. Sunday, it is Sunday Church of the Dirt, South Dakota style for the new Raceway Park. I cannot wait for that show as well. Great show each and every week there. You can catch that on Sundays. And yes, like we said, the Racers for Autism upcoming event is happening June 20th. You can check out the Racers for Autism Facebook page, Racers for Autism, and see exactly what is going on and what's leading up to the event, and more info if you would like. Also, do want to say an apology. Sorry, the show is a day late. We had some technical issues and had to re-record some stuff, but it is coming to you now. So thank you all for tuning in, and we hope to see you back next week. Also want to say a big thank you to Racers for Autism, the whole gang coming on board, and Greg Hammond, David Bates, Tim Pritchett Jr., RJ Merchant, Brianna Cunningham. You guys are awesome, and it was great to talk with you about the event coming up. Also, a big thank you to our advertising partners, Fort Orange Salvage, Rapid Graphics, Sodak iRacing Series, as well as Advantage Racing TV and AOK Photography, and to you, the race fans who tune in each and every week to listen to me ramble on about local dirt track racing. I love you all. You guys are the reason why we do this, and we hope to see you back next week for right here on the Announcer's Booth Podcast. For myself, Scotty and Courtney Plow, take care, everyone. We'll see you next week.